Hi, Susan Bach here, your business success strategist. In this video, I want to talk to you about starting and growing your business, about building your business around your uniqueness, your natural talents, style, and energy so that your business works for you. Now, before I get into that, I do want to thank you for your comments and messages you've been sharing. I love getting your feedback, seeing your comments, so please keep them coming because it totally fuels my soul. Now I'm going to wave at you up here in the corner and then click on the hide the video panel so you're not distracted by my talking head. What I want to talk to you about today is so important and so meaningful. I'll start with true confessions. I used to be plagued with self-doubt, fear, and feeling like I just didn't fit in, that I wasn't enough. Those limiting beliefs created the bigger belief that I wasn't smart enough, pretty enough, fill in the blank enough. Now you combine enough of those limiting beliefs, and what it took me to was trying to be someone that wasn't me, someone other than who I am authentically, the true, honest me. Because you see, who I was wasn't enough. And so who would want to be me? I didn't believe that I had anything unique to say or offer. And if I did venture out and share my unique voice or self or opinion, I believed that people would judge me and find me wanting. They would criticize me. That's how my self-doubt influenced my beliefs and my behaviors. Now, if you can relate to this, if you can feel the pain and the strife that this caused, you can totally understand how it led to even more limiting beliefs about myself, my capabilities, and my worth as a human being. You can imagine how those beliefs combined to prevent me, how they held me back from having a successful business. Today I'm going to touch on 3 of these big limiting beliefs, these big challenges that I had to overcome and that I work with clients to help them overcome. If you're experiencing any of these 3, self-doubt, not feeling that you have anything unique or don't have the time to be able to build the business that you want, please know this: you are not alone. There are more and more and more women just like you that are feeling these same doubts. Let's go into each one of these, because I want to share with you not only the strategies for overcoming these 3, but also introduce you to 3 of my clients who have successfully implemented the strategies that I'll share with you today and have created a business that works for them and gives them the freedom they want. We're going to start with self-doubt. That's a big one. Self-doubt might sound like this. Do I really have what it takes to start my own business? Or what will my spouse or family, fill in the blank, think about me if I start my business? Here's the thing. Most women I work with are starting or already have started their business because they want freedom of time, unlimited earning potential, and the opportunity to make a difference. They want a better life and lifestyle, not only for themselves, but for their family. So the question I want to ask you is, do you think it's crazy to want freedom, to want financial independence, to want to spend your time doing what you love to do and to be paid handsomely for it? I don't think that's crazy at all. In fact, it's never been easier to start a business, to have a strong online presence and monetize your uniqueness. You may not have the business acumen you desire, But that's easy to get. And you'll hear more about that later when I mention an upcoming mastermind group that I'll be starting. What you don't want to do is give up on your dream just because you're missing a few skills. Your dream is inspiring. It's your soul saying, yes, yes, you can do this. Yes, you are enough. And yes, you can do the work and have a successful business on your terms. You can make a difference in the world, however big or small your world is. You can have an impact and inspire change one person at a time. Yes, you can have a business and a life you love that fuels both your soul account and your bank account. When Sarah came to me, she was filled with doubt and felt rudderless. Her youngest child had just left for college and she felt like she had no purpose. Being a wife and a mom and all that goes on with that had totally consumed her. Now she felt like she had nothing to look forward to. Helping Sarah discover her uniqueness and reconnect with actually a long dormant dream, she quickly shifted from rudderless to purposeful action. Within a few months, she had a home-based business of selling her home decor creations. Now, for years, friends had marveled at her talent and encouraged her to sell her creations. Sarah doubted that she had the capacity or the capability to do anything other than be a wife or a mother. But the more we delved into this, the more she connected with a dream she had early on in her life. Sarah was able to replace her self-doubt with confidence, and now she has a steady income that gives her the freedom to do what she loves to do on her terms. So I invite you to set aside your self-doubt and replace it with the belief that you can learn what you need to know to succeed. You can have a business and a life you love. When you're a lifelong student, or as I refer to myself, a student of life, and are willing to learn new skills, you can become more of who you are, more of your unique self, and develop the wisdom, the knowledge, and have the confidence to breathe life into your dreams. After all, it is your life and your dream. Let's talk about uniqueness. You've heard me use that term now a few times. If you've been following me, you know that I often talk about your uniqueness and that there never has been or never will be another you, that each one of us is an incredibly one-of-a-kind, unique human being. You have a totally unique combination of skills, gifts, talents, and experiences. You are unique, and that uniqueness is what the world needs from you. Now, you may have noticed in my new brand that there is a peacock feather. Why? Because each peacock feather is unique, unlike any other. Now, granted, it might have some of the same components or parts or colors or composition, but each one is unique. Your uniqueness is within you. It's just waiting to emerge and flourish. And only you can allow that to happen. When you own your uniqueness and you build your uniqueness around that, you can have a profitable, sustainable business. It doesn't matter that there's 10 or 100 or 1,000 other people already doing what you do, because no one, not one of them, can or will do it exactly like you. Why? Because of your uniqueness. Just imagine if J.K. Rowling didn't write the Harry Potter series because she didn't believe the world needed another author. Or if Oprah didn't follow her dream of hosting a talk show because she didn't believe in her unique approach. Your ideas, your energy, your story, your approach is what your ideal clients need and want. And it's what only you can give. You have the solution they seek. When Melanie came to me, she was very conflicted. She'd been struggling to grow her business and just couldn't get any traction. The harder she worked, the more discouraged she became. In fact, she was seriously considering closing her business. It was painful for her to give up on her dream. After spending some time with Melanie, it became evident that she wasn't connecting with her ideal clients. She wasn't talking to them in her voice, and she wasn't giving to them what they needed and wanted from her. She wasn't sharing her story and her uniqueness. Now, like so many struggling business owners, she was attempting to follow a cookie-cutter approach to attract clients. Trying to be someone she wasn't, following what someone told her to do, she wasn't being seen by her ideal clients, and when she did get their attention, she had a very low conversion because she just wasn't coming from her passion. The result was a huge disconnect between her and her prospects. When you try to build a business on something other than your uniqueness, here's where it takes you. Overwhelm, overwork, overstretched, and depleted. Your dream dies a slow and painful death. That's what Melanie's dream was doing. So together we created a stylized approach that complemented her uniqueness, that created a marketing message and promotions that were less about selling and more about solution. In other words, we made her uniqueness her brand, her message, and her solution. All of her actions were then aligned, and she started attracting clients quickly and easily. Now, more on this later, but for now, I do want to share with you that next month I'll be opening enrollment for my Uniquely You Mastermind group. And this is one of the topics that we'll dive deep into is capturing your unique voice, speaking the language of your ideal clients, and finding that magic sweet spot between your solution and solving the problems they have. That's when you attract clients easily and effortlessly. It starts with embracing your uniqueness. Now let's jump into this one. No time, not enough time. Oh my. I say this with love and compassion and understanding, because I've said this so many times to myself. If you hear yourself saying, I don't have the time, truthfully, that's just another way of saying, my dream isn't a priority. Now, I get it, because I used this excuse for years. Many days I felt overwhelmed, depleted, and struggled just to get through the day. I was not enjoying my life, and I certainly did not have a business that I loved. Not having the time is the number one excuse we all use, because it gives us an easy out, and we don't have to then take responsibility for our actions. You've heard me say this before. We each have 24 hours a day, and we make time for what matters most to us. It's about prioritizing, priorities, and taking action. Is it easy to stop using this as an excuse? No, it does take work, it takes effort, and it's totally doable. With focus and discipline, you will find the time. Keeping your focus on your dream, on your ideal business, and then taking the action that will bring you from where you are to where you want to be is how you find the time to make it happen. Small incremental steps so that you can create momentum and see consistent results that build. That's sustainable action. That's what feeds your soul and your bank account so that you can have a business and a life you love. If it's important, a priority, you will find a way to make it happen. You will find the time. Here's another sneak peek into one of the skills you'll learn in my Uniquely You Mastermind group. That's the skill of how to simplify and streamline. Now let's face it, life is complicated enough. We don't need to add to it. So having the tools and the techniques to maneuver through what life brings to you, brings to us, has made a massive difference in my life, and it will in yours as well. Simplify, streamline, focus, and take appropriate action. Now, when Beth hired me as her business success strategist, her number one problem was she didn't have enough time to do everything she needed to do for her business, her life, herself, her family. There just wasn't enough time. In trying to do it all, she was exhausted. She really didn't feel like she was doing anything very well. And she also felt like she was consistently letting people down, including herself and her dream. Over the course of a few sessions, Beth realized that it wasn't that she didn't have enough time, rather is that she wasn't using her time efficiently. We simplified her business tasks by using the 80-20 rule. Of the time she devoted to her business each day, 80% was on income-producing activities that only she could do, and 20% was on admin-related tasks. Beth was very resourceful and exchanged services with two other people. One took on her social media posts and promotions, and another handled her CRM. In return, they benefited from her CPA skills. Those were two things that Beth did not like doing, and honestly, she wasn't very good at it. So by delegating those two things, Beth gained several hours each week that she could use to meet with prospective clients, because that was a high income, high revenue producing activity that only she could do. So let's do a quick recap of these three challenges. Maybe you're facing these, maybe you have friends or colleagues that are facing these challenges. Self-doubt, doubt of what others may think of you, doubt that you don't have the knowledge or the know-how. Taking action is the best and fastest way to eliminate that doubt and start building your confidence, start believing in yourself and in your dream. Next, we talked about the limiting belief that you don't have anything unique to offer. When you discover and embrace your uniqueness and share it with the world, however big or small your world is, that's how you build a business and a life you love. And lastly, we touched on not having enough time. My invitation to you is to shift your mindset from not having enough time to that of getting curious. How can you be resourceful like Beth was? How can you find creative ways to give yourself time to focus on what really matters to you? So that's the wrap for today. And now I would love to hear from you. What questions do you have for me? What else would be helpful for you to know so your business works for you and gives you the income you want and the freedom to live your life? Be sure to tune in next Friday for another edition of Focus Friday to learn more tools, techniques, and tips that will help you have a business and a life you love. Now, to learn more about my upcoming mastermind, I invite you to use this link below, meetme.so/complimentary consultation. Schedule a free consultation with me. We'll talk about if this mastermind is the right place for you, if that can give you the solutions and the results you want. We'll see if I'm the right business strategist for you. And if nothing else, at the end of our time together, you will walk away with a very specific plan and action steps you can take to start bringing you closer to where you want to be in your business. And yes, all the fun is happening over at susanbach.com. So when you have a chance, do pop in over there. Check out all of the free resources that are available to you. Other videos, articles, blog posts, tons of free resources for you to tap into, to access, to build your self-confidence, your business acumen, to discover your uniqueness, and to create a business that works for you so that you can have a business and a life you love. Yes, I'm here to tell you, you can have both. That's it for me today. I will see you next week. Bye for now.